Hi, my name is Charles Glass. I'm a personal trainer here at Gold's Gym, and I'm considered as being one of the trainers at Gold's Gym. That's what they tell me. But far beyond that, I just really have a passion for training, and I like training any and everybody. My range goes from pro bodybuilders all the way down to housewives. And my favorite is to train beginners, because there I am actually teaching people how to train, and I'm showing them different ways to work their bodies. You know, every now and then, day in and day out, our fans are always asking us about types of routines, including sets, reps, and poundage that we normally use. A training routine should be an individual thing based on the personal needs of that individual. Your workout schedule should be at least 2 to 3 days a week when you're a beginner. A week, 45 to 60 minutes, 45 or 60 minutes should be no longer than what you should do on your routine, and it should be in non-consecutive days. This will allow your muscles to work a day in and day out, but also get a proper amount of rest when you need it. Okay. In starting your routine, beginners should be able to perform at least 15 reps without straining, taking short breaks between sets no longer than 1 minute. This would allow the muscles to recover but not cool down. The following routines can be performed 2 or 3 days, 2 times a week. On non-consecutive days, you should start with the larger muscles first, which would be legs, and that consists of squats and leg curls. The next muscle group would be chest, which would include bench press, incline press. Back should be the following. It should be barbell rows, pull downs, and also hyperextensions. Your shoulders are smaller muscles, so you can do that almost toward the end, which will consist of shoulder press and a side lateral movement. This will allow you also to come back and do your arms, which includes bicep, and you do a dumbbell curl, also a tricep, which would be a tricep extension. Then you work your calves, and then you do some kind of ab workout, just for the beginners. This is the first series of 5 tapes. 5 tapes being beginner, intermediate, advanced, nutrition and food supplements, and also my specialty is going to be on beginner for kids. On the wall, we have a list of a lot of the celebrities that has come through the gym, has been here and trained, ranging from Arnold Schwarzenegger to Michael Jordan, to Kobe Bryant, Ed O'Neill's, you name it, they've been here. Janet Jackson, Mark McGuire, James Caan, they've all been here. Okay, here we have a list of all the pros that's competed in bodybuilding, ranging from Mike Matarazzo, Kevin Levrone, Aaron Baker, it goes all the way down to Roland Kickinger. On this side here, we have all the people who won the national championships. And that ranged from starting from nationals, ranging from Lee Haney all the way around to, we have on this side, I think it's Jason Arndt is the last person they got a big photo of, but we've had like 2 other guys that have won it since then, but their pictures have not been put up yet, as of yet, that is. One of my prize students, Flex Wheeler, I've been training him now for about 6 years. We've been working together off and on, mainly on though. You always take a little break. But I've trained some of the people like Aaron Baker, Paul Dillette. I've also trained Ronnie Coleman, Roland Kickinger, Chris Cormier. I've trained some of the top bodybuilders around. I've also trained some of the celebrities. Right now I'm working with Magic Johnson. I'm trying to get him in shape, get him ready for his tour. He's going to go on a basketball tour and train and play hard, he said, so he want to get back in shape. So he always come to see me. Also, I'm working with the WNBA basketball team. I trained the Sparks women's team for LA last year and again this year. Right now, I'm working personally with Delisha Milton, trying to get her to be at her very best and the top of her game. Let's get down to business and get to work. We're going to start with the beginner routine. On the first day on the beginner routine, we start with leg extensions. And the reason for that is so that we can get the legs to warm up a little bit, get the blood pumping through the legs. Then we start the rest of our exercise. Here we have a machine, okay? What we're gonna do is always try to adjust the back stop first. Make sure your back is comfortable. Then you sit into the machine, place your feet and your legs up underneath the rail. Okay, as long as they fit, your knees not too far in front, your perfect position. Set your weight, sit back into the machine, and then complete the movement. Going up real slow, squeezing, and then down. Bring it up, squeeze, then down. Bring it up, squeeze, then down. This is so that your knees are warm, properly warm that is, so that when you do the other exercise, they're not hurt. From here, we go to the squat. Our next exercise would be the squat. And this exercise is performed two different ways. You see a lot of people, when they do squats, they do it incorrect because they're trying to use too much weight. What you really want to try to do is use the proper weight for your strength level. Okay, what you want to do, a lot of people have problems with squats because of their Achilles tendon is not flexible enough. For those people who have that problem, what we normally do is use a plate, or we have special lifting shoes that they can wear to do the squats. For me, I can do it straight. First, I'll show you just doing it straight with no lifting shoes, no plates or anything. What we want to do, grab the bar, put it back on our shoulders. Try to get the bar in a really good, comfortable position. A lot of people like to ride it high up on the neck, but you can really hurt your vertebrae in the back of your neck. So what you want to try to do is carry more down by the shoulders, okay? Because that way it takes the pressure off your neck, and it's a pretty good groove back there that you can just drop it right in. All right? Feet should be shoulder width apart. All right? Proper squat, toes straight ahead. You're looking straight ahead. A lot of people like to look up, but try not to. Try to look straight ahead and focus on some object right in front of yourself. All right? Slightly bend the knees. Go down below parallel. Now come up. Do it again. Breathing out as you go down. Inhale as you come up. Breathing out as you go down. Inhale. All right. When you do this, a lot of people do it the opposite way. They like to exhale on the way up. But when you got heavy weight on your shoulders, you exhale on the way up, I guarantee you get stuck at the bottom. So you want to try to focus on breathing properly, because that's the most important thing when you're going down. If you breathe a little bit and then slowly let it out as you're coming up, okay? Down here, now you breathe on the way up here, there you go. That's it. Try to do it properly. Don't forget, it's very important. Now I'm gonna show you another way of doing this. Right here, I have two plates. A lot of people don't have that, like I say, that range of motion in their Achilles tendon. So you're gonna put the two plates on the floor, shoulder width apart. Put your heels on the plate. Make sure everything's set just right. Grab the bar again. It's back in the same groove on your back. Now, I'm gonna go down. On the way up, I'm gonna exhale a little bit there. See the difference? Go down here, exhale. Try not to let those knees go in. You see a lot of beginners want to let that knee go in. Don't let the knee go in. Slowly keep that knee straight out. If necessary, slightly turn the feet out. Okay? When you go down, now exhale just a little coming up. Don't let all that air out, because if you let it all out, I guarantee you won't come up. Now, advanced people, I recommend doing it different, because I want them to, focus more on getting that size on their legs. We go a little heavier. So when you start to come up, you slightly hold it a little until you get the momentum going up, then you breathe. So after a while, I'll teach beginners the same way. Next exercise we're gonna do is called the seated leg curl, or the ham tractor. Here, what we wanna do is adjust the footing here by letting it out, locking it in, make sure it's your proper length. Also adjusting the back post here, setting your weight at the proper weight. Legs up, lock yourself in. Okay, same thing. As you contract the muscle, you want to exhale. Okay, so inhale. As you pull down, you begin to exhale. Squeezing at the bottom, releasing. Bringing it down nice and slow, squeezing, release. While you're doing this, all you want to try to do is focus on the contraction part of at the bottom, making sure that you get the full range of motion all the time. Contracting at the bottom and always exhaling. Squeeze it in, release. What you want to try to do is a maximum of 15 reps, no more than that, or minimum of 12. So try to keep the consistency going, up and down, without jerking the motion, without arching the back. This gives you proper form at the same time. After 15 reps, you release, slide your legs off, and that's it. It's a very good exercise. This will make sure that the belly of the hamstring is nice and full. Next thing on the agenda, we're going to go to chest. And if you notice, we always use the machines. This is so that a beginner doesn't have to stress himself about trying to balance the bar and not have to worry about the poundage, because the poundage is on a selectorized machine. Right now, this is called the bench press, or chest press, in other words. What you want to do is adjust your seat first at the level that feels comfortable to you. Then you want to sit yourself up, pushing the pegs out. That'll bring the handles forward. Place your grip. Make sure you get grip about shoulder width apart. Releasing the rest. Back against the pad, pushing straight ahead. As you push up, you're going to exhale. You inhale on the way down. Back against the pad. Exhale on the way up. Inhale, filling the lungs with air. Exhale on the way up. You try to pause just a little at the top to take a little break for about a second or two. Then you go back down. You pause at the bottom a little, about 2 seconds, then you press it back up. So it's one continual movement. Ready? Slightly pause, go up. Slightly pause, exhaling on the way up. Slight pause, exhale on the way up. If you notice, you always pause at the top for a second or two so that you can take a little break, then proceed and start over. Exhale, squeezing the muscles. Always hold the chest up. Don't drop the chest, because then you start using more of your shoulders. And this is a chest exercise, so keep the chest up in the air as you go down. Inhale in, getting the lungs full. Exhale on the way up. Most common mistakes made is that you exhale all the air at the bottom. Then it's real tough to get it up because you start going to other muscle groups. Inhale, start to go up first, then exhale. As you're down at the bottom, you're still holding the air in. Proceed to push, exhale. Always try to exhale once the movement has started. When you're finished, grab the peg here, let it down, it'll stop itself. Move the hands, then let it back. That's the chest press. Our next is the incline press, where we're going to work the upper pec. That's right next to us, so we just go right over here. You're going to do the same thing, basically. You're going to adjust the seat, make sure the handles are right, and then you're going to have a seat. Always try to keep it medium height to the pec, so that you can get a really good push from it. Shoulder width apart again. Have a seat. Adjust the seat. You're going to lay back into it. Placing that grip. Make sure that you have it here. You try to keep it off your shoulders. So make sure the bar is not on your shoulder, but working your pec. For me, that was a little too high, so I'm going to raise it up just one notch. Lying back. Adjusting the weight. Placing your grip, shoulder width apart. Head back, shoulders up, chest up. Push through. Complete movements there. Let it down. Proceed up. Never go down too deep. Don't let it go down too deep, because then it gets into your shoulders. Press up. Same. Inhale on the way down. Exhale on the way up. Inhale on the way down. Exhale on the way up. Always keeping your pec up in the air, arms shoulder width apart. Complete movements. Some people you notice do half movements. That's because they want to work their chest only and not go too much into the other muscles. This is a tie-in group of muscles. You have your chest, your shoulders, and your tricep working at all times when you do this exercise. So you want to focus mainly on the chest. So you try to complete movements from here. Midpoint is chest. Anything else is going to be your shoulders and tricep pushing, but they're secondary muscles, so they won't get totally engaged, but just a little. They will fatigue if you go too long. You want to do anywhere from 12 to 15 reps or 10 to 12, depending on your ability. Our next group of exercise will be the back. What we're going to do is a barbell row with a straight bar. You're going to face the bar, feet shoulder width apart. You're going to bend over, grabbing the bar about shoulder width apart again, off the floor. You're going to inhale. As you pull up, you're going to exhale. For contraction there. On the exhale part, you get total contraction of the muscles. Inhale as you let go. Exhale as you pull up. Trying to keep your back straight, your lower back tight, so there's no injury. Try not to round the back out because that prone to more injuries. Pull it up. Exhale. Release for the inhale. Exhale on the way up. Inhale. Grabbing the bar, shoulder width apart, hands a little beyond that. Head up. Exhale on the way up, contracting the back. Releasing. Always trying to keep the back straight. There's no arch. Never round the back, because that's an injury right away. Most common mistake made from beginners is to round the back. But you want to keep the back nice and straight. Contracting. Releasing. Contracting. Releasing. When you do this exercise, always remember never to round the back. What you want to try to do is always keep your back straight, lower back tight, contracting the muscles. The next exercise performed would be the back, for the back would be the lat pull down. Here you have your straight bar, connected at the top. Set the pen so you're at your perfect weight. Adjust the leg rest. Placing the hand a little more than shoulder width apart. You either can pull behind the head or in front. We're going to concentrate more only on the front. Have a seat on the bench. Looking straight up. Pulling the bar straight down to the chin. Release. Down to the chin. Release. Remember, as you pull down, you exhale. You inhale on the way up. Anytime you're contracting, you always want to exhale on the contraction part. Inhale as you release. Contract. Release. Contract. Release. This exercise is performed for that troublesome area, which is the lats, for most men and women. For both men and women. We have that problem where we want to get it really tight up underneath the arms. Pulling, releasing. Pulling, releasing. So it's inhale. Always contract, exhale. Inhale, contract, release. The same exercise, like I said, can be performed from behind the head. It's just a little different. Grab it the same width apart. Contracting on the downward movement by leaning slightly forward, pulling behind the head to the shoulders, then you release. Pull the bar down to the shoulders, then you release. Release. The reason you do it toward the front, so that it's like basically doing a chin-up. When you do your chins, or pull-ups rather, your hands are shoulder width apart, you pull into your chest, tightening the muscles up in the back, which goes into the rhomboids and the lats. When you pull it behind the head, you get mainly the outer lats on the body. So behind the head will be mainly for the lats. In front, it's more toward the rhomboids. Our next exercise is called the seated shoulder press. What you want to do is adjust your seat so that it fits your height. You want to rest your back firmly against the pad. Make sure the handles are just slightly above the shoulders. Placing your grip about shoulder width apart. As you press up, you're contracting the muscles, so you want to breathe out. As you let it down, you want to inhale. So set your back, pressing up slightly, going slow. Exhaling as you go up to the peak, then returning down into the rest position. Pressing up, peak, return to the starting position here. Pressing up, returning down to the starting position. Press up, down, up, down, up, down. What you're trying to do here is to work more of the frontal and side shoulders. This machine allows you to not have to worry about balancing, so everything is balanced for you. All you gotta do is just push through. Very good for beginners. Exhaling on the way up. Inhale on the way down. Exhale on the way up. Inhale on the way down. Trying to get keep the shoulder slightly in front of the body. Next thing we're going to do is called the side lateral. Here we go. You want to adjust your seat to the right height for your body. Place your arms against the pad. Elbows slightly below the pad. What you want to do is start to go up to a parallel position, returning to the starting position. Up, down. Exhale on the contraction part. Inhale on the way down. Exhale on the up. There you go. Exhale on the way up. Inhale when you go down. Always trying to keep the movements consistent. Try not to let the plates rest at the bottom. So you try to keep the tension on the shoulders. One fluid movement. You're going to try to perform at least 12 to 15 reps. Make sure the weight is very comfortable to your body so that it will allow you to do 12 to 15 reps. Don't try to go too heavy. Don't lean back. Make sure your back is against the pad at all times. Next, we're doing the barbell curl. This works the overall bicep muscle. The bicep has two heads, the inner and the outer head. What we're working is full bicep. I roll my sleeve up so you can see what I'm talking about a little more. Okay, grabbing the bar shoulder width apart. Very easy movement, curling it up. Contraction there, breathing out, letting it down. Curl it up, squeezing the bicep, letting it down. All right, profile lever, curling it up, squeezing the bicep, letting it down. Curling it up, squeezing, contracting, releasing. Mainly what you want to do is you want to squeeze the abs, keep the abs tight, keep the legs firmly planted into the floor, contracting the bicep. As you notice, when you contract, you can see all the muscle groups come out. Dropping the wrist slightly back, squeezing up on it. This is going to give you full contraction of the muscle. Remember, always keep your shoulders back, elbows slightly to the side, curling up. You try to get anywhere from 12 to 15 reps, keeping the weight moderate. Our next exercise is going to be tricep pushdowns. This is to work the overall tricep muscle. You have the outer, the inner head, and also the upper head. So you have your three muscles of the tricep. You're going to take a small curl bar here. You're going to grip it about shoulder width. Set your poundage. Make sure it's adequate for you. Lock your arms down in this position here, more in the prone position, and you're going to complete the movement by pushing out. Try not to push straight down because now you're getting a lot of shoulders involved. You try to push it out away from the body. Lock your elbows in, pushing straight down, contracting the muscle, bringing it back. Don't let the bar get too close in. Don't pull your elbows back, but keep it out in front of you. Pushing down, completing the movement, raising it up. So when you push down, you can blow out for the contraction. You inhale as you release. You blow out for the contraction. You inhale for the release. So you perform it like this. You want to try to do 12 to 15 reps. Pushing down, squeezing the muscle. Squeezing the triceps right there. Keep it going, squeezing down. Always try to keep your back tight, your abs tight, especially the lower abs, as you push down for the contraction. This will allow you to have more stability in your stance. Once you completed all your weight training, what you want to do is try to at least get your cardio in, because this is essential in getting your weight under control, whether it's to gain weight or to lose weight. You always want to try to get at least 30, 45, or 60 minutes in. The reason I pick these ranges is because when you first come into the gym, you have a lot of glycogen storage. So you do your weight training so that you can deplete your body of this glycogen. Then you go into your cardio because now your body's ready to burn fat. It takes you less time to burn the fat if you get the cardio in after training, or if you come in the morning on an empty stomach and get your cardio in. Beginners should always try to reflect upon what they did for the day. Trying to remember that y'all should always keep good, proper position with your form. Always placing your back against pad when pads are provided. Always keeping the shoulders up. Make sure the bar is right above the shoulders. Always make sure that your arms and hands are in the proper place so that this will make sure that there's no injuries to the bodies. Always trying to keep good and perfect form so your back is not rounded or an arch at any time. Always keeping the lower abs tight, the lower back tight, and your wrists straight on any given exercise. One of the things you want to try to do, a lot of people wear weight belts, which is leather. You can have a weight belt. You can have a weight belt, or you don't have to have a weight belt. I constantly wear a weight belt because it teaches me to breathe from my diaphragm and not so much from my stomach. But there's a lot of people who don't like to use weight belts because they can't breathe. It's not important unless you have a problem with your lower back.